4 of Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya, States of Emergency. A state of emergency may be declared under Article 132(4)(d) and only when a. The state is threatened by war, invasion, general insurrection, disorder, natural disaster, or other public emergencies, and b. The declaration is necessary to meet the circumstances for which the emergency is declared. A declaration of a state of emergency and any legislation enacted or other action taken in consequence of the declaration shall be effective only a. Prospectively, and b. for not longer than 14 days from the date of the declaration unless the National Assembly resolves to extend the declaration. The National Assembly may extend a declaration of a state of emergency a. by resolution adopted following a public debate in the National Assembly, and 2. by the majorities specified in Clause 4, and b. for not longer than 2 months at a time. The first extension of the declaration of a state of emergency requires a supporting vote of at least 2/3 of all the members of the National Assembly, and any subsequent extension requires a supporting vote of at least 3/4 of all the members of the National Assembly. The Supreme Court may decide on the validity of a declaration of a state of emergency, b. any extension of a declaration of a state of emergency, and c. any legislation enacted or other action taken in consequence of a declaration of a state of emergency. Any legislation enacted in consequence of a declaration of a state of emergency a. may limit a right or fundamental freedom in the Bill of Rights only to the extent that 1. the limitation is strictly required by the emergency, and 2. the legislation is consistent with the Republic's obligation under international law applicable to a state of emergency, and b. shall not take effect until it is published in the Gazette. A declaration of a state of emergency or legislation enacted or other action taken in consequence of any declaration may not permit or authorize the indemnification of the state or any person in respect of any unlawful act or omission. End of Part 4 of Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya.